Welcome to my class of religious education. With me here is the question, which is coming from 2019 internal. Okay, so before I go into our main business, I would like to encourage you to pay particular attention so that you can learn how to answer examination questions in religious education. So the other thing is you have to understand that we have two codes in our in. We have 2046 and 2044. So the one that I'm teaching you right here is 2046 RE. So for those who are actually eager to write this code, stay there and pay a particular attention so that we can move together. Okay, so the question says, narrate the story of Jesus in the temple at the age of 12 years. So this is how they ask the questions. So that one carries 5 marks. Okay, so now for you as a candidate to score the whole 5 marks, you have to come up with 10 points, because here, the way they mark, each point carries half mark. So for you to score 5, you should come up with 10 points in that story which you are given. Okay, so now this is story of Jesus Christ being in the temple at the age of 12 is coming from Luke chapter 2 verse 4 or verse 41 to 50. That is where you can find this story. So with me as I'm teaching you, I've put the reference, which is the scripture, but the way they ask, they don't put the reference there. So that's why it's very, very important to you as a learner to be going through the Bible so that you can understand more. This is 2046. It's very easy. So now, how can we answer this question? So this question now, we are going to start narrating the story. Okay? So the first point there, every year, the parents of Jesus Christ went to Jerusalem for the what? For the Passover. Okay? So every year, they used to go to Jerusalem for the Passover celebration. Okay? Now, this was a time now when Jesus was there. When Jesus was 12 years old, they went to the festival as usual. Okay? So when Jesus reached 12 years, they went there as usual because it was their custom. Okay? When festival was over, they started back home, but the boy Jesus stayed in Jerusalem. So now when the Passover was over there, the celebration was over, the parents decided to start going home. Now, their son, who was Jesus Christ, remained in the Jerusalem. He stayed there. Okay? His parents did not know this. So them, they were unaware. They didn't know that their child remained behind. Them, they just started going back home. Okay, they thought that he was with the group, so they traveled a whole day. So them, according to their understanding, they thought that Jesus was among his group. Okay, so they were thinking that Jesus was among his group. Therefore, they continued their journey and they had to walk, or rather to travel for the whole day. Okay, and then started looking for. So they traveled the whole day and then started looking for him among their family and friends. So now, when they noticed that Jesus was not with them, they started now looking for him from their families and the friends so that they could find him. Okay. They did not find him, so they went back to Jerusalem looking for him again. So after they've checked around, they inquired their families, their friends. After discovering that he was still not be seen, they decided to go back to Jerusalem so that they can find him there. They did not find him, so they went back to Jerusalem looking for him. Now, on the third day, they found him in the temple. So after 3 days from the time they left Jerusalem, that's when they had to find him in the temple. Where they were during the celebration, him remained there. Okay. Sitting with the Jewish teachers, listen to them and asking questions. So he was there now busy chatting with the leaders, Jewish leaders. Okay, so he was asking them questions. Uh, those teachers used to ask them questions. Also, they were also asking him. And now the way he was responding was marvelous. Okay, who heard him were amazed at his intelligence answers. So the way they were asking him and the way he was answering them back could not match the age, because he was just 12 years, but the wisdom which was coming out of him was amazed. That made the Jewish leaders to be marveled. Okay. So now, and his mother, now his parents were astonished when they saw him. So when the moment they just saw him, were very surprised. They wondered. They were astonished. They wondered, why is this child still here? Okay, when his parents left long time. So now they had to wonder because of that. And his mother said to him, Sonny, why have you done this to us? See? So that's how the mother to Jesus, who was Mary, asked him to say, why have you done this to us? We have been looking for you for the past 3 days together with your father. Okay. So that's how now she said. And his mother said to him, Sonny, why have you done this to us? Your father and I have been terribly worried, trying to find you. Okay. He answered them, why did you have to look for me? Why did you have to look for me? Didn't you know that I had to be in my father's house? That was the question he asked them. But they did not understand what he meant. Okay. So this is the way you are supposed to narrate the story of Jesus Christ in the temple at the age of 12 years. So just like the way I was putting them in points, so you should be putting them break down in points form, and make sure you come up with 10 points as I alluded to in my preamble. That is the way to go. So if you can do this, it means that 5 marks is yours. Okay. So thank you so very much for your attention. We are going to continue on the same question because we have not finished. In the next lesson that you are going to have, we'll go to the next questions on the same past paper, which is 2019 internal. Don't forget to like my Facebook page, subscribe to my YouTube channel, as well as TikTok. The brand there is Mr. A Plus, and Instagram. I'm also there for more exclusive videos. Thank you for your cooperation.